Hello, I'm Gille. I'm the editor of Unquote, and I'm here today in Cannes at the IPEM conference. It is my pleasure to be joined by Antoine Nussenbaum, partner and founder at Felix Capital. And Antoine, thank you very much for being with us today, and I hope you can perhaps tell us a little bit more about what Felix Capital does.
Yes, for sure, Greg. So we're a fairly young firm. We launched 4 years ago, early 15. We now have 2 funds, $300 million in management. And what we're trying to do at Felix is build a brand, a specialist brand, which is more focused on specific themes and more importantly around digital lifestyle, rather than being a generalist firm. So our big belief is that there are amazing new branded proposition being built online, where you can capture communities, you can capture some cultural shift in a much more agile way and build a very authentic relationship with your customers. So we want to be part of this adventure and backing these very ambitious entrepreneurs. And on the second hand, we back new layers of technology, software businesses that helps these new brands, but also the incumbents in the sectors. If you start thinking about retailers, CPG, FMCG groups that are being challenged today and needs to reinvent themselves. So any layers of software around reinvention of commerce, retail and marketing is also part of our focus.
And you talked about fundraising. Obviously you had a quick fundraising cycle from Fund 1 to Fund 2 with a lot of success there. And I'm thinking, if I look at the European venture space in terms of activity levels, in terms of fundraising levels even, and the number of success stories that we've seen, a lot of observers are pointing at a bit of a European VC renaissance, as opposed to, it was always seen as lagging perhaps a little bit behind the US. Do you share that view, and do you think international LPs are really starting to take notice of the sort of the European venture scene?
I mean, for sure. Then I'm sure a lot of people here will be running numbers and tracking this kind of phenomenon. On our side, we are based out of London, but actually we don't really see us as a European fund.
More global.
It's very much thematic fund first and investing across Europe and US. If you take some of our successes like Farfetch, José, the founder, José Neves, was found in Guimarães, close to Porto in Portugal, which is not per se one of these kind of shiny tech hubs like London, Paris or Berlin. So our first lens is really around themes rather than geographies. Having said that, if you look at last year, for example, we've seen a lot of our US colleagues coming and co-leading or leading rounds, earlier rounds, Series A, Series B, the like of Sequoia, the like of Spark, the like of Andreessen or Kleiner. We see it as an exciting element as a specialist fund. So often there's 2 slots in rounds, and we want to be the more specialist side of it. And we've been working very well with these colleagues also in the US. So again, for us, it's more of a thematic lens, which is more important. Now, talking about LP money and LP interest around Europe, I definitely agree with you. If you look at our LP base, we have a very significant chunk that comes from the US, but also from Asia. And I think, and that has been only increasing between Fund 1 and Fund 2. So people, I don't know if it's more our thematic approach or our European lens, but it may be partly the combination of both. But clearly there's awareness around the potential of Europe, which is very exciting for us.
Okay. And perhaps as a kind of a parting point, it's the flip side to that success and the wealth of opportunities you can find in Europe, in the US, globally, is obviously increased competition between investors. And how as a VC do you think you can stand out in the market? What are the main points that you can stand out in this market?
Focus. That's something at least it's at the center of Felix DNA, is really being perceived by entrepreneurs as one of the most relevant partners when it comes to digital lifestyle, when it's come to understanding brand, understanding communities, understanding culture, help them out to scale internationally, giving them the ambition to scale, helping them with the ambition to scale internationally. So in our firm, the motto is really to carry on being focused, to carry on building relevancy for entrepreneurs. And that's actually very easy to do because we're just executing on what we say we would do and on what we're passionate about, which is really backing this new branded proposition, digital first, that are very exciting in terms of pace, and it's exciting in terms of how fast you can build strategic assets in the future.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Antoine, for joining us today. It was a pleasure, and thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, Greg.